Mcrory, but he got through Fenech. Fenech goes around the shoulder.
Very tense. He's going to have to settle himself into the fight.
The American, who took a lot of them on the midsection, and capable opponent.
It will take Jeff around a couple of rounds to settle in this fight. Tense, and he knows that Mcrory is a good fighter who winning the Olympic gold medal. Was no
attacking stance that he's taking, going up with those wild shots over the shoulder, and look at the defiance in his eyes.
Handed in front of Fenech and protected himself and taken all those punches on the gloves. How the fuck how wrong you can be.
There's Mcrory scored to the mouth, and he's trying to get round up to the face. Mcrory keeping those gloves packed in very tight to his face. Chopping right hand there from Fenech, left to the face and tries to follow up, but Fenech went up with has tight defense. Oh, there's a good right hand from Mcrory, and he tries again for the body. The American weaving in. Now Mcrory working Fenech into a corner and ripping away to the body, but Fenech comes off the ropes with good counterpunches.
It's lovely to see Mcrory obviously showing his vast experience as an...
Stepping up to his man, Fenech comes in with the hands around to watch his hands.
He says, watch your head, watch your head. I'm afraid when you're fighting for a world title, things like this do happen, and it's unfortunate, but he's in there to fight, he's not in there to complain.
The left going away by Fenech. The Lockhorns in mid-ring there, and the American misses.
Jeff is trying to get his range still. I'm just hoping that the early stages of the fight...
Yeah, when you consider the energy in these early sessions, possibly.
He's certainly throwing some very good body shots, and Mcrory's cringing every time he throws it. That was a very good right uppercut by Fenech. Hit Mcrory right flush on the face.
Fenech goes in. Mcrory's very tight. He's, I think, proving to be a better campaigner in the ring, Mcrory, than Jerome Coffey. Would you agree with me there?
Absolutely. Jerome Coffey ran for the whole 15 rounds. This man has... and not waste too much energy on his gloves, on the Mcrory's gloves and elbows.
Mcrory is letting some body rips go and then going back into a defensive shell, and these tactics. If Fenech throws and he misses, it'll be expensive. Mcrory back on the ropes, and Fenech trying to bombard him to get an opening. Tries left and right. Short punches from Fenech, some of them missing, some of them landing.
I think both these young men are trying to prove something to the world, and it's amazing when you're an Olympic gold medalist and you're fighting a guy who thought he should have been the gold medalist in the Olympic Games. There's a bit of a grudge fight here, and it certainly shows it.
Good body shots from Fenech. He's working away to the body and finding some open spaces there in the American's midsection. In goes the left hand again from Fenech, and over the top with the right. And there's the bell. Again, Fenech attacks the body. Tries to Fenech jabbing out again, or tries left to the body, and Fenech working both hands again. A lot of infighting going on here, Jeff.
I think Jeff is going to prove to Mcrory that he is a world champion. He's not here to fight for a gold medal. He's here to defend his world far more than the gold medal. And it's not a 3-round fight. This is a 15-round, and if it has to go 15, Fenech will be there. And Mcrory hasn't been the full 15 yet, so it could get very interesting in the latter part.
Yes, he's only been 10 rounds, and it's a big transition to go at this pace for another 5 rounds, particularly at 3 minutes. Fenech still taking the fight up, catching the judge's eyes. Good left by the American, but Fenech's right was a stinging punch. Getting his hands over the top of Mcrory.
Mcrory looks as though he's in pain, actually. He's grimacing every time Fenech hits him in the body. It's amazing what a couple of good body shots does. Your hands tend to feel like lead.
And that's what they want to do, to bring them down, so that Fenech seems to be favouring his right hand. He's working well to the body. I think this is the first round we've seen Mcrory show a little fatigue.
Well, the punches he's been taking from Fenech has been quite phenomenal. I cannot understand the reason why he's standing there in such an early part of the fight and taking those big shots.
Well, he did a lot of this in the gymnasium, shots that he shouldn't have taken in the gymnasium, but he seems to be a better boxer on the night than he was in the gym.
Certainly does, and A lot of people thought that this fight wasn't going to go anywhere, but I believe that this Mcrory is a dash good challenger for the world title.
By the way, for the people right through the length and breadth of Australia listening to this fight tonight, or watching it, Shane Knox scored a very impressive win over Norm Stevens. That was a good fight, Joe.
Wasn't it just? Yes, I was very pleased to see Steve Norman going the distance, and I was also very pleased to see Shane Knox win.
There was a telling right hand, and in close, Fenech uppercutting, trying to finish the American off, trying to get him wobbling, but the American's staying in close for safety's sake.
Yes, Jeff has really put the pressure on this man. I'm just hoping that he'll be able to sustain this.
Watch his weight. He certainly has to watch his stamina in the closing part, but he's very to the ropes and works hard to the body. Oh, good right hand from Fenech. Made the American hang on for a moment. And now Fenech's cutting loose underneath. And good punches. The American got 2 or 3 hard knocks to the side of the jaw.
I'm surprised that he's still standing there. Jeff, of course, hasn't let up once yet. He's just put the pressure on from round 1. Miles and grimaces from Mcrory to the fans is going to help him. He should be concentrating more on his work.
Well, he is an actor, Joe. He and his compatriot, Hurley Sneeder, both had experience in acting, and he might have to use some of that tonight besides the...
He may just have to. I would like to just quickly thank all those lovely people for writing in and thanking me to be on ABC for the great fights that ABC has been putting on. Thank you again, all you lovely fans out there, and ABC will continue giving you the greatest fights on television.
This could be Fenech's last fight as a bantamweight. I spoke to him the other day, and he said this trying to pull weight off to fight at that division is telling and taxing his strength, and we might see him here tonight as a bantamweight for the last time.
Well, I think so. I mean, he's only 22 years of age. He's still growing and he's still maturing. He hasn't got an ounce of fat on him, so he must be struggling, as Johnny Lewis has said, to make the weight. I think he should step up one class and give himself that nice breathing pace where he doesn't have to work so hard to get the weight off.
Fenech starting to pound away there at the American. His arms are sagging a little here. Mcrory trying to head roll in close there, but steps away from Fenech. Fenech misses left and right.
Jeff has a slight trickle of blood coming out of his nose. It could have been one of those good left jabs that Mcrory does throw.
Yes, I can see that trickle now. It's just coming down from both nostrils. The ones that do land from Fenech are by far the most telling punches of the two. And there's a fusillade of blows from Fenech. The last 2 or 3 went astray, but it's keeping him moving.
He certainly is a very clever mover, that Mcrory, and a lot of those punches that Jeff has thrown were in mid-air, not landing on its target, but the big ones are landing.
Region, and now Fenech tries to...
That would annoy any fighter who he'd be mixing with, because he just keeps coming, and Mcrory is beginning to realise this.
Good right from Mcrory. It lifted the spray from Fenech's head. That was the best right he's thrown, and he tried to repeat it. May have caught Fenech short on the mouth, but Fenech's back to the body once more.
Rustled by Fenech's onslaught.
Because he was the world amateur champion before he won the Olympic gold medal, Mcrory, so he has a fine reputation as an amateur fighter. But in the professional ranks, Fenech has the better knockout record, which, if he can keep this pace going, might be curtains for the American in the later rounds. And he's still hammering away to that midsection. Quite a short right-hander.
A very good right hand from Mcrory. And I think it shook Jeff. But I think we'll see Jeff Fenech hang in there, and he'll use his own experience that he's gained through his career.
They're into round 5, and again Fenech's trying to back the American onto the ropes. This with left and right. American used very good head weaves there to get away from those 2 or 3 shots. He's starting to fumble around now. Mcrory and Fenech stabbing at him. Showing some signs of the wear he's taken, Mcrory, in this round.
Well, the fans are certainly loving it, and I'm sure the whole of Australia who will be watching this is enjoying it as much as we are, because both very talented young men here, both undefeated, Jeff has been dying to get to Mcrory, and he's got his chance tonight. So both men are going to put on a great show for us, and I believe that Fenech will come out on top.
Yeah, he has the energy to keep pouring it on, and there's Fenech dropping one down a little bit low to the body with the left hand, bounces back, misses with the left. They block each other's gloves, and the American saw a chance to whip a right hand in. Now there's the Mcrory. Fenech, stronger man as a super bantamweight, or even up to the feathers a bit later maybe.
I think later on in his career he could very well make it in the feathers.
Now the American goes back up.
And bruises on the fighters.
The American tried the right hand and came back with a good combination of punches there, Mcrory. Cut loose in good style. But Fenech was stung into action. Back to mid-ring, and they're trading blows from all sorts of directions. Some of them a bit wild.
Mcrory hit Fenech with some good punches there, but Jeff came back instantly with a flurry of punches which put Mcrory off guard and totally threw him off balance.
Copy left and right and followed up.
Fenech was hit with a very good left hook there, and Mcrory saw his chance. And he's
well, it's a good round from
Jeff.
Mcrory. Good round. He's hitting the shots in there. Fenech again pounding his man down low on that belt line, trying to pin Mcrory against the ropes. Mcrory with the gloves taken up high to the right hand. And he's weaving away from the counter blows of Fenech.
Mcrory was talking in that clinch again, and I think he's been hurt.
Too much energy in those earlier sessions, but he's still strong. Back comes the American with a hard right hand to the side of the head. Fenech scored well, and they both landed simultaneously in close. It's a bruising, hard fight.
This is a very, very close infighting. Both men have taken tremendous body shots.
Oh, that right
Mcrory
hand.
threw another good right hand, which has caught Jeff on the chin.
Timing that right hand to catch Fenech at the right moment. Fenech dropping that left a little low again. Still pounding away to the body. Mcrory tried the right, came back with the left. Fenech may have had the glove there in time. Mcrory drops his hands, and Fenech dives in with the right and missed.
I think both men have thrown such...
He looks so much clearer in the corner, but mix it all away. That's it. Body. Oh, there's a square clinch. Now Fenech's pouring on the pressure. And Mcrory is backing away to the ropes. But it ruffled him up. Back goes the American with a low-slung right-hander in retaliation. He seems to be wilting just a shade, or he might be trying to let Fenech...
Jeff's got himself in a great composure. His punches seem to be flowing much easier now, so... and I think Mcrory's realised that. He's dancing more, and he's running away from Fenech more.
Fenech goes under the gloves of Mcrory. They're mixing it up in close. A lot of good left hand by Fenech. And left and right again by Fenech. And a right-hander. And another right by Fenech. Left and right by Fenech. The American backing away.
Mcrory is hanging on for his life now. He's really took some big shots from Fenech. He threw a very wild left hook there, which missed. Jeff just keeping the pressure on.
Good swinging right hand by Fenech. This is a good round for Fenech. He's working away. Fenech goes to the body with a stinging left rip. Again tries the punch. Mcrory retaliates. They slap away. Both men land simultaneous jabs. Now Mcrory landed that. That was the third right-hander he's landed on Fenech. And they had a bit of sting in them. Fenech's back into a clinch. Left swing from Mcrory. And mixing it very tight inside. And still Fenech is concentrating, working on that body. Both men supremely fit. Fenech letting go with a
combination of punches by Jeff Fenech. Mcrory's trying to hold
them 3 or 4 or 5 at the time, and one might miss, but the others will be on the target.
The only other fighter that I've seen throw clusters of punches like this was the other great fighter called Bobby Chacon, who was one of the greatest champions I've seen. And Jeff is certainly proving that he can throw as many.
slugging away in very close quarters. Both men watching their defences very tightly indeed. A lot of short infighting here. Berrigan rolling his head onto Fenech's shoulders, trying to get set for the right again.
I'm sure of a lot of those little towns way out in the sticks in the countries are enjoying this fight, because this is one of the finest fights I've seen on television for a very long time. And I just want to quickly say hello to my mum, Mrs. Elstomp in Chinchilla, Queensland, way out in the bush. One of the loveliest places in the country, Chinchilla.
Heard a lot about it. Now, Fenech again has Mcrory pinned on the ropes and is scoring short punches around the mouth and neck region. Oh, a couple of choppy rights from Fenech, good punches. Berrigan didn't have an answer for them there on that occasion. And now Mcrory is yielding ground again.
That's it.
Referee telling them to keep their arms clear. Mcrory missed with the right over Fenech's shoulder.
I think this is where you'll see a turn of the tides, because Jeff will come on very strong now in the last 5 rounds, whereas Mcrory, who's never been beyond 10, will start collecting the bigger shots on his chin.
A nice left and right from Fenech. They were very hurtful punches, and Mcrory is not looking too well. Mcrory backing, or seeking refuge in a clinch, trying to keep up as close as he can, push Fenech away there with the left glove, and tried a loopy right hand, missing with a very wide swing there, Mcrory.
Jeff is now picking Mcrory to pieces with some of those big body shots and right-handers. I mean, there's no question about it. Jeff Fenech is one of the best bantamweights in the world. In fact, he is the best bantamweight in the world. But I don't believe anybody could stand up to his pressure.
Well, he's currently rated by the Ring magazine with contact made frequently with the heads.
Absolutely.
As I was saying, Fenech is rated number 5 in the world.
Himself on 3 occasions that he is best in the world. I believe that he could beat the WBC and the WBA champions.
On tonight's effort, if he could remain a bantam, he'd certainly wear them out. I can't imagine some of these top-rated fighters in that division withstanding this, but whether he fights bantam again remains to be seen. Well, now Fenech pouring the pressure on. Caught Mcrory. Swings a hard right, but Mcrory dived into a clinch, let the punch slide over his shoulder. But Fenech's trying to get those hands high again. And Mcrory keeping his gloves as close as pinch. Fenech working the left glove up onto the body and then trying to ruffle his man up on the ropes. And
I would have thought he'd have run and danced a little bit and tried to sustain some of his strength, but his punch really hurt.
Taking it high on the shoulders and then trying to work it back to the body. Mcrory goes over the top, steps away. Both trading punches into a clinch once more. Both men let right-handers go, though it's trying to be a little astray. Fenech spears to the body. Caught his man with a short right to the head and dropped the left hand down. Mcrory fires a right. Fenech's left and right hands are persistent and fast, and they're getting inside Mcrory. Fenech still working away.
Pressure him right up to the final moment. Mcrory's hurt.
Been taken here. He's been hurt.
Mcrory's hurt. Yes, Mcrory's hurt. He doesn't know what to do with it himself.
He's taking some heavy shots around the body. Fenech measured him there. A right uppercut. Oh, good punch. Beautiful punch by Fenech. And really hurt Mcrory. Another right-hander. Left, right by Fenech. Left, right. And the American staggers away. Fenech goes to the body. Mcrory's hurt.
The whole stadium has come alive with excitement. There's 11 seconds to go down to the countdown for this round. Both men have thrown big punches. Fenech has come on very strong. Mcrory doesn't know where he's standing. I think he'll ride out this round. And that's the end of Mcrory's sapped a lot of his strength. And in fact, I cannot understand why he's just standing there and taking more. It just goes beyond me. Because one thing about Jeff Fenech, he will not let up. If he's got his man hurt, he will be there.
Now Fenech's right on top here in this 12th round. And he's calling the shots. The American's stepping very deeply into his tracks now. And Fenech's pouring on the pressure. Working to the body and lifting the shots up to the side of the face. He's absolutely wading through Mcrory's defences.
Absolutely, and of course this is 11th round, and Mcrory has never been this far, so the pressure is really must be telling on him. Unless he can keep his concentration.
He turned his back. That's a sign he's tired. Mcrory turned his back, and Fenech's the master here in round 12. Some of the fans calling out to Paul Moore to stop the fight, but Mcrory still has a bit of a glint in the eye, and he's taking shots without answering.
A very grueling fight for both of these men. I'm sure Jeff Fenech will be glad when this fight's over, because he has taken some very heavy shots from Mcrory, and Mcrory has taken some very heavy shots as well.
Fenech well on top in round 12.
Both men are hanging on and leaning on each other, Jeffy, as you can see.
The only way they can stay in there. Fenech is still pouring leather across the top, trying to get to Mcrory's face line. There's a short right-hander, is a good punch. Tries around the back of the neck. Over goes the left and right from Fenech, but he's throwing leather at all times.
The sheer strength is coming out. Jeff Fenech is just hitting this
A little bit
man.
low, that one, but still. The American doesn't look too well here. The right hand in close. Looking very weary, Mcrory. And a grave doubt whether he'll see it out. Those body punches really taking toll of the Olympic gold medalist. And this is very much looking like Olympic revenge. Now Fenech in total control in this round.
Come on, don't hold. Come on, get round, please.
Ruffling his man up to the ropes. And Mcrory doesn't have an answer.
And if Mcrory doesn't throw a punch soon, Ryan Moore will have to step in and stop this fight, but he does come back with 2 or 3. Because if he doesn't throw a shot for 30 seconds, the referee has a right to stop the fight. He keeps coming back and throwing
Very
those.
tired, Mcrory, and those piston ring shots pounding away to Mcrory's body, certainly sapping his energy. Coming up. Busy fists. The American dives underneath them, gets into a clinch.
Well, as we can see here, Jeff, again, Jeff Fenech has put on a great performance. And here we are in round 13, and Fenech is as fresh as he was in round 1. And it's a remarkable credit to this young man who's a great champion in the IBF for Australia.
Defending mainly in the last 2 or 3 sessions and just trying to stop the punishment coming his way, but he's not offering much back in retaliation.
I think Mcrory underestimated Jeff Fenech's strength and aggression. I don't believe he knows where he's standing.
They cut into the clear there, but it was a fairly ragged sort of a punch from Mcrory. Fenech's 2 short rights landed in close. Fenech tries the body with the right hand, goes up at the head again, working the gloves around Mcrory's waistline, and the referee looking very closely for any infringements.
Well, the fans have certainly got their money's worth here, Jeff.
Well, it's been a very strong tempo fight. It's been fast-paced, very hurtful punches, and no man giving each other any quarter. Mcrory is being pinned up on those ropes again, tries retaliating punches with the left hand. Fenech missed with an up-country right-hander.
Both men are actually right above us here, Jeff. I can feel those punches sinking into the body. Jeff Fenech is
very heavy.
Mcrory keeps coming back with those great left hooks and right. But here's Fenech again with his combination.
Now he's got Mcrory fighting back with the body fusillade, but he's just sagging a bit in the legs, Mcrory. And he's in a dangerous area there, with Fenech able to call the tune and pin him up against the top strand of the rope. Turning his body once more, he's in trouble again. But he doesn't have an answer to the Australian champion.
To the Australian world champion. No answer to him at all.
He's looking very ordinary here, Mcrory, and I'll have to watch him very closely. Yeah, I think the referee's considering that. Now he goes down.
That was a very good punch to the body that put him down. In fact, it buckled him. Fenech totally buckled him with that.
Mcrory's out again, but Fenech's working those piston-like gloves and again trying to pin Mcrory up on the ropes. Fenech again wrestling his man
Mcrory, don't hold.
over to the ropes, pushing him and then throwing a right hand. And Mcrory trying to reel underneath them. But if he latches onto one of them, it could be the end of the contest. He just keeps rolling away, trying to work his shoulders underneath the top strand of the rope. Fenech is pounding away relentlessly.
Mcrory does not have an answer to those combinations and that flurry of punches that Fenech throws, because every one of them is a hurtful punch that comes onto him. It's quite phenomenal what he's doing here tonight, Fenech.
Sweat pouring out of both fighters' bodies. And Rory is feebly trying to defend himself, but he's getting in close and staying in there, seeking refuge in the clinch. He's still being worked at by Fenech on the body.
Get down, please.
Protective belt there, I noticed.
A lot of those punches of Fenech are going to the body a little bit low.
And the fans are calling out to Paul Moore to stop the fight, but I don't think it's necessary for that at the moment. But he's still backpedaling and taking plenty of punishment, Mcrory.
No, I think Mcrory is still quite open.
Get your arm,
His
please.
eyes look all right. He's not pleased, but I think he's just worn out.
He's worn out, yes. This is where the 15 rounds are starting to find him out. That might be the end of it, and Jeff Fenech is the winner.
That was an impressive victory by Jeff Fenech, and I must give all credit to Mcrory, but Jeff Fenech was the better man here tonight. He just outdone Mcrory, period. A wonderful, wonderful fight.